Training.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. Hello, Nick. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good, thank you.
Glad to hear it. So basically today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be continuing our mini-series we started yesterday, which is building dashboards and home screens with Nick Hunter. So that'll be awesome. We're going to be doing today and tomorrow that. If you'd like to support the channel, we greatly appreciate it. If you've bought one of these already, thank you very much. There are paid subscription bundles. Basically, if you want to learn FileMaker and you're a complete beginner, or you have like part of a skill set, so a lot of people do, they kind of learn what they need to. This is a really good way to cohesively build out your understanding of the platform. We pretty much cover everything under the sun that you need to know to make your own like FileMaker databases inside of the FileMaker platform. So you should definitely pick that up and give that a skim through. I know some people buy it just to support us. If you've done that, thank you very much. But also, there's a lot of video content, so you've got a veritable library of stuff to sort through. So, with that all being said, hello, David. I think we're probably good. Nick, what are we doing today?
Hello, so sorry I don't have camera because I moved my office from one place to another and I broke my camera. So
Fun. Do you want to share your screen then while you talk? Just give me
yes, exactly, that's what
okay.
I'm going to do. So today we do the second day of the dashboard home screen. So we yesterday we talked about the concept behind dashboard, how to avoid dashboard to be to be slow and to be cumbersome and to be like unusable. So we have a technique here is that we identify the logged in user and we create a record for the dashboard for each users. So the dashboard is individual, right? It's not a huge dashboard for everybody. It's a dashboard for every single user, right? And so the dashboard is it needs to be so the concept behind the dashboard is this: you need to individualize the dashboard, the information, right? So by users, because this is the basic of the, mostly what you want is to each user to have his dashboard, right? That the first, that the first level. And then you identify all what you want to gather together, all the data, but because you have, like I said yesterday, you have data for contacts, for invoices, you have different type of things that you want to get inside the dashboard. So you don't update everything at the same time, neither. So you don't update all the users together and you don't update all the data together. So you cherry pick what you want to invoice, right? So let me do something. Let me check something here first. Okay, so um, here yesterday, so I was looking yesterday, right? We were saying that we have an asset, right? And we want to pretty much, when we add an asset or when you remove an asset, we want to change the counts. So we want to update the dashboard, when that happened, you know. So here yesterday, right? So when I was doing this, new, right? And here is pretty much where we wanted to change the thing, right? So that me, right? And when we were doing done, when we were hitting done here, right? So here is where we wanted to update the counts, right? So, and this is the update of the count. But the update of the count, remember, it's something that I want to do on server. So what do we need to execute this? So we need to create a script that works for every single type of request on the home screen, right? We don't want to be like to build a script that we need to build for every single time we want to update the, the dashboard, right? So we're going to build a universal script. First, we need to set a variable, right? And that is the current logged in user ID. Okay. Current user logged in ID. Okay. So this is something I already have in the solution because I know I have a, that's why, when I when I log in, I populate this global variable where I have the ID of the logged in user. That is a good thing because it's available to me at any time, right? So I can pick this at any time. So that the global is a global variable logged in user ID, right? So that's easy. So I'm going to convert a global into a local, pretty much. So why I'm doing this is because I don't want to get confused. So I mean, I set a variable locally with a global variable because, and this will, this I'm going to use that one. I don't want to use that one directly, right? So I have my own I have my reason for that, and I'm showing you. So I have the logged in user ID. That what I want because this is a dashboard I'm going to, uh, you know, to execute, right? So then, well, we need to perform script on server, right? And this will be the update home, and this is where I want to go, and this I don't want. So this is what I want to do. I'm collecting the user ID, right? And then I'm going there. I'm duplicating these scripts and I'm putting this in perform script on server, right? Let's put like 90. And this is a P source, right? This is the P source that goes with the update home non-P source, right? And what the P source does. So this one executes on server this one, right? So I'm executing on server and performing on server the at 90, this script here with this parameter. And this on server, I'm collecting now, I have the same name here, but I'm collecting the get script parameters. Because this script sends to this script parameter. And here I'm getting it, I'm getting it back. Right? What do I do with this? Go to layout. What's the home screen? TO2, TO6, right? Okay, so I need to access. So this is something I want to show you. I want to access to this world, TO6. And I need a layout for that. But I don't want to use on server any of the home screen here, right? I don't want to do that. I don't. So I'm going to create a context for this TO7, TO6. What the context? Oh, I don't have the privilege for that. Oh, that new. Oh, so new T16, T07, no, T06. Yeah, it's a form T06 home. So now I have a dedicated home. I have a dedicated layout, right? With nothing inside. I mean, blank, you know, but definitely not the home screen. Not the home screen you use for this. No, this you leave it alone. You have the script here goes to a dedicated layout, T16, the TO6. When I'm here, I perform find, and I'm going to look in the TO6. I'm going to look. Actually, I'm going to not the home. It's not in the home, it's in the items. I need to go. Yeah, I need to go to the TO7. So I need another context. Okay, form, TO7, home, items, and okay. And so I'm going to the O7, the item, and here in the O7, I'm going to use I'm going to find whatever user record with this ID, right? So I will be here. I mean, that the update home, you said from where you are, you know, who you are, you send this uh, and perform script on server. And the script on server here goes to the item, get this, and set the fields, the trigger that will trigger all the auto entry calculation, right? So stamp, right? So this actually, I did a mistake here. This is get script parameter. So, you know, when I'm going to call that script, I need to give the ID of the current logged in user, right? But I want to have the freedom to pick the source, you know, of this information. I don't want to hard code here. It was a mistake what I've done. I mean, I was thinking something and I got confused. So uh, the I want to be able to get the ID I want, right? So now this is simple. I'm collecting in the server, I'm collecting the ID, then I'm going to the layout of the item. I performed this find, so I'm going to look for this particular record, and then I'm setting the trigger, right, to update the record of this dashboard. So I'm going to show you that. So when I am here on the assets, remember I was checking this out, right? And I said done. And here I said I want to update the counts because, you know, I did something that is modifying the counts of the dashboard, right? So I'm going here and I say perform scripts, right? But not on server, because I'm going to perform this, which will perform on server. Okay, I'm not doing that on server right away. This will perform on server. And here I'm saying that it's the logged, the current logged in user ID. Okay, is this or the, I don't remember. Let me see. Data viewer is the logged in user ID. You know, was a little bit too long. Logged in user ID. Okay, right? So I'm sending there the logged in user ID. Right? This script here gets the ID, send this to the perform suite on server. So why I'm doing this is because I want to be able to control this, right? I want to be able to set to to get a full control on the server, right? I don't want that to be directly to this. I need something here in case, I need to perform that script, differently. Okay. So you update the count. So normally, right, if I showed you the items, uh, oh, I need to be, it need to be a double view because I'm going to put pretty much all the fields there, right? So the count is 8, right? But now if I'm doing this, it's 10. Why? Is because I did one before without to update this, and now I create another one. So let's try again. So I'm creating one, right? Check out, done, 11, and it's instant, right? So I updated this record. So now this here is updated. That means this is it, right? You understand? So this is updated. This calc has been updated. It's stored. It's stored. It's a number. It's a number. It's a number. It's not an aggregation, not an uninstall calculation. It's not a summary. It's a number. It's a mere number on one record, 11, right? So you understand now that this is easily usable in my dashboard, right? So let's say, for example, I have another calc, right? Uh, the my due, for example. You want the total of the my due, right? So this one here, that was all mine, count, that was all the asset mine. So now I want the my due. So I'm going to TO7, right? That was all mine, and that was a due, right? So it's easy. It's this with this and the current date with the due, right? So this, and so you combine both. So now I have this. So what is if all my is this, all my due is this? Is the B. So you understand now that instead of making this a big mess, I'm doing the count by relationship. So I establish a relationship, right? And then I'm counting this out of the relationship. So pretty much all of those calc, they look alike. They look the same because they follow the same logic, right? So what will happen if I create one again? So here it says 0, my due. It should have said due. October 29, 2029. And, oh, the current date is not there. That's fine. So now it's set free. So let's do another one because this wasn't there. It needs to be populated at startup, and I forgot to do that. So let's say I have a new one. Why says 0? Now it says 4. Hold on. Why says 0? Yes, that's weird. If I do this, that's weird. It should say 4, but it said 4 at one point, but not with the scripts. So this script here, set field, yeah, so I don't understand why. So let's go new one. So I want to see if that happened. Obviously it happened. Yeah, it happened. And it still 0. But if I do it again, it said the correct. Now it says 5. Uh, the relationship works. Current user, due dates. Well, I don't know. I will check. Anyway, you understand the point. So now we have this updating. So all what I need to be all what I need got updated on this table TO7, which is the dashboard for one user. Okay, you understand? So now let's see how I can use those numbers, right, in the dashboard itself, right? Right. So I want those numbers. I want the my due, this. So I want those numbers here. So what I do? Remember, from the TO6 and from home, I need a relationship to this one. So let's create it. Actually, I can call it A because it's free. Home, home items, IDF users, right? And that go to the home item, right? So the current logged in user with the user. But this relationship is one record to one record. It's one to one, right? So now it's very easy to do this. I want the old mine. Okay, that's all mine. That's the total of all mine. And I also want my due asset, the all due asset. No, this is my due asset, this one, right? My due. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here, obviously, 2, 4, okay, looks okay, looks correct, right? So I have a dashboard that is per user, and then I can cherry pick what I want on the dashboard, right? So using a relationship that connects that layout to the items, and the item I can cherry pick them and put where I want, right? So here, for example, I want the total of those. Here I have the total of those, right? Do we have any questions so far?
You didn't commit the assignee? Question mark.
What do you mean that I'm coming to assigning here? For the problem I have, yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Yeah, commit, but it put 0. It count this one, but if I do it again, it works. So I have no idea. Oh, okay. I know why. So this is typical of a problem of a pixels. This global, if I don't put the global here, it says 0. It need to have a global here. But the server, when that happens on server, I don't have this because this is it's an old version of on first window open. So if it's server, it do nothing. When I need on server, I need this to happen. This and this. When it's on server, when the file starts on server, when this starts on server. So before it was saying, okay, exit, don't do anything, get out of here. But I need these to happen, those two. And those happen only if you log in. But on server, I have no login. So on server, it needs to happen automatically. Demonstration. We have a pixels, right? Still saying 0. Uh-huh. I'm doing things. I'm saying the current date. Weird. Well, oh, maybe because the record was busy. Oh, yeah. No, no. It should work. Boom, boom. Still. I have no idea why. Because the count is working. It's definitely this that is doesn't happen. Okay, home, get current date. Make sure that this is a global. It's a date. Well, I'm going to do it manually. Still 0. Even though I'm setting this manually here, it doesn't work. I'm going to analyze this. It works, but half. Uh, okay, so we have no questions. So,
Actually,
sorry?
we do have some questions. So,
Okay, okay, cool.
why did Nick use the UUID of the logged user ID from a table instead of the actual username?
Okay, I'll show you why. I'm going here, right? And this guy is no longer this, right? I don't know. It's Shiv Nick. It's Nick. Boom, you screwed. Everything screwed. Everything broken. Because you use the name. So this here is no longer an ID, is a name, is Nick, Palpatine, and it won't work. It's not Nick Palpatine. You create this with She Palpatine. You change the name. But if I change the name, right, I don't care because I use this ID. This. This is the same. Free F, right? This is the same. Doesn't change. Unless you change the ID of this guy, I can change everything here. I will still happen. So you never ever use names or statuses or whatever for a link like this. You use an ID. And the name you can put whatever you want. And if on the fly you change the name, it doesn't break everything you have. Right? You understand? That's why. Never use a name. So other question?
You can have different virtual users with the same database user.
Yes. But I mean, identify those people per their account number. You can't have twice the same account name. So I mean, by the account, I'm identify the people not per their name, but per their account name. FileMaker accounts. Each person here has an account. Okay, right? So for example, I can log out, right, and come with Anakin, for example, right? So and you, I mean, you cannot have two identical user. So this is how I do. Okay, let's close this. Let's close this. Oh, sorry, I unshare my screen.
Yes. There we go.
This is not what I want to do. Okay, so I quit FileMaker and I'm going to relaunch. Here, I'm asking for an account name, no username. Here I'm asking for an account name, right? So in the system, you have a user that has an account within FileMaker security, but they are a user with an account, right? FileMaker doesn't have the concept of user, it doesn't exist. They have a concept of accounts. A user can be more than an account. A user is more. A user has an account to get in, but is much more than an account. In FileMaker, they don't have this concept of user. Right? So when I'm here, I'm testing with a relationship if I have a record, right, this accounts, right? If I have a user record, where I'm saying, yes, that user is connected to the account's admin. If I have one, right, then the relationship gives it to me here, right? That's why I know who I am, because when here in this one, so when I'm here in the login, this here, it's a global field, you know, it's a global field where I'm putting the account. This global is connected to the user table. So I'm here, I'm in the login table with this somewhere, I'm here. So this is connected to the account's name in the user, right? But I want the one created and I don't want the one deactivated. I want the one that I created that are created. I mean, they exist, right? And I don't want the one deactivated, because if they are deactivated, they are deactivated. I cannot access them, right? So the relationship say, okay, account name with account name. So with thanks to that relationship, if I'm here and I'm putting admin here, the T101A, this is the ID of the user, right? I have it because it's admin is the account name with account name. And you can't have twice the same. If I create a new and I say admin, it said you can't do that. You can't do that. So no, even if you have twice the same name, it cannot have the same username. You cannot have the same account. So let me show you. Okay. I'm going to give you this file anyway. So let's say I have a user I call Marge, right? And I'm putting like a 1111 here. This is to recognize her, right? And I want to create an account to that person. Okay. So I call Marge the account with the privilege data entry only. I'm creating the accounts, right? So the account is created. Now I'm creating, so if I go to security, I have Marge. Now I create another user that I call Marge as well. Identical. Oh, the both are identical, right? Same name. I put 2222 here to identify them. So this is the first, this is the second. But here, if I want to do this, right? Not the, if I want to do this is what I want, but what I get, right? So here I have a bug. Normally it should have stopped the creation. So you cannot create another March. So I need to create a March 2, right? So now if I go to security, I have March 2. Where's March 1? Oh, I delete them. Oh yeah, sorry. Let's see. I need to recreate that. I have a bug on this. March create. Oh, Okay, so now I have two accounts, March and March 2, right? So I couldn't create, I have this little bug here when you create two, but you can't have twice the same accounts. So now, what happened if I relog in with March? It find me, right? I can log in, but it will be the March user, it's the March user that, has the March accounts, right? You understand what I mean? If I log with March 2, it will be the other March user with the same name, but with the March 2 accounts. So it will be two different people, even with the same name, because I'm identified by accounts, not by name. I hope I've been clear enough here. I'm good. So, okay. See if we can finish a little bit earlier today. That's good because I need to go somewhere.
That works with me.
So, no, it's I don't want to be late. So, but if we don't have any other question, I don't want to start anything new. So there, for to go back to the home stuff here. You see here, I have no record for March. I have no information here because you know, my asset, my due, I don't have because March doesn't have any assets, right? So tomorrow we go a little bit further, right? And we show our how we can get more stuff. That means more auto entry calculations, uh, and how you separate the goal here let's say you are in the oh oh yeah, I'm logged with Marge. I have no privilege whatsoever. So the idea is to identify what you need to update. So now we know that we update per users, right? Each user updates itself. And here, right, we will have this is for assets, right? But tomorrow I will do for other thing. I will do for other calculation for another entity, not asset, something else. So instead of doing one trigger for everything, you will build a trigger per entity you are displaying on your dashboard, right? So if you modify an invoice, you're going to modify all the fields that relate to an invoice. If you modify an asset, you're going to modify all the asset, all the field of the assets. So you can cherry pick your entity and not update the whole thing, right? So we see that tomorrow, right?
Absolutely. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, everybody. Have a lovely day. We will let you go.
Tomorrow we do a little bit more.
Bye.
Bye bye.